Up next, we check out the new Toyota 7-seat SUV for growing families, the Toyota Rush.
Speaking to the moms out there and the ladies who want practicality, now the Toyota Rush is just the perfect proposition for you. What am I talking about? If you look closely at this car, it's designed to give that room for space. You can even tell the dashboard is pushed forward so that you can have enough space. Now, the highlight of this dashboard is this center console. Of course, Toyota really tried to make it as premium as possible. You do have some piano black excerpts around the touchscreen display, and as I look over here, you do have a proper 10-inch display courtesy of Pioneer. Now, it houses the radio, of course. You do have Bluetooth that you can connect either your music or your telephone. And of course, you can also do quite a number of things, including check out the amount of space that you have, because it has a hard disk drive inside this particular unit. So, music is fantastic. 6 speakers, good sound that makes a long journey quite bearable in the Rush. Again, the seats are quite comfortable. Gone are the days when Toyota used to make the thin seats. Now they're bolstered. You can even tell you do have bolsters even on the flatter side of the seat and on the side as well. So they make you have a comfortable journey when you're driving in the Rush. Here on the driver's side as well, there's plenty of leg and headroom. Big boy obviously can fit, as you can see. Even you do have some adjustment over here. So like that. So for a shorter person, for a taller person, of course. And then the pedals are not too far away. They're in the middle, so even a shorter person with the seat up front can be able to reach the pedals quite easily. Right below it, you have climate control. Obviously, cools the cabin. You do have several vents, circular ones and rectangular ones, across the whole vehicle. So everybody, even at the back, the kids especially, can feel quite comfortable and can not be irritable during the hot weather. Again, also on the gearbox lever, it's a shift gate type of gearbox. 4-speed, remember I mentioned that earlier. So it gives you good fuel consumption. And of course, you do have a 12-volt socket, so you can pair up, you can put your charger if your car doesn't have a charger. Again, you do have 3 cup holders over here. So I think 2 are for the main front and then 1 for the middle passenger who's seated over here. You do have door bins as well, quite large. 2 bottles can fit in, 2 bottles on that side. The instrument Binnacle is actually very clear and precise. You do have a light blue hue on the tachometer and speedometer, so it is visible during day and night. And you do also have a warning system right below the tachometer, so it will tell you if the fuel is low, if you have check engine, and all those vital signs that you need when driving this vehicle. At the back, the first row seat can sit 3 people comfortably. Even the middle seat, you can fit 3 adults comfortably. At the back, it's 2 kids. 2 kids. If you are 2.5 men short, then it's fine, you can sit there. But again, practicality is the name of the game. So if you're going to shags and you need to carry a lot of people, children and luggage, then this particular car is a car for you. You do also have a rear air conditioning unit that allows you to cool the cabin as well without affecting the front. So here you can have your AC and things. At the back, guys can also be comfortable and relaxed. Guys, can you imagine the size of this Rush? The boot is massive. So the second row seat actually can fold into a position where you can actually carry stuff. So your luggage, your groceries, they will fit in this particular boot. But if you need more space, like an extra 2 seats, you can fold it like that. Voila, 7-seater. This particular car is so practical, it hurts. Guys, you need just to see this vehicle, man. You need to see it. So much space. And of course, for a young modern family, this will be the vehicle to carry kids to school and back, do excursions, and of course, have a fuel-efficient engine. Right now, we're going to go on the road and find out how comfortable, how efficient the Toyota Rush is. Stay tuned. Up front, it's powered by a 1.5 litre Toyota engine, dual VVTi, producing 102 horsepower and 134 Nm of torque. Of Of course, the power is sent to the front wheels courtesy of a 4-speed automatic, which is a standard automatic that you get in most Toyotas. And Toyota claims that this particular car will return a fuel economy figure of, guess what? 8 kilometers to the liter.
It has a very premium look and feel, and in terms of practicality, it's actually quite something. This is a full 7-seater. It has storage bins for bottles. They're actually 13 across the car. Yes, the air conditioning also reaches the second row. Third row is very easy to get into. The car is raised. There's still a lot of space in the back, even with a third row of seats up. And so I have to say it's a really practical car. That's one thing I really have to say. It's very practical. It's something that they've thought about. If you have a family, putting the family in this car, even in the middle there, you have a 3-point safety belt for the middle passenger on the second row of seats. This car is very practical. That's the one thing. If you were to describe the Toyota Rush in one word, it would be practical.
This particular car, believe it or not, has vehicle stability control. Yes. And that is impressive from Toyota, because remember, back in the day, Toyota used to never bother with the lower models adding such a feature, but now it's become a commonplace in most cars, which is very important. And then for active safety, you do have ABS, which is also standard, and of course for passive safety, you have 6 airbags in this car. I think the Rush looks like a mini RAV4. What do you think?
It actually looks pretty good, and in fact this model we're in currently actually has daytime running lights, so very aggressive styling from Toyota. It looks smaller than it actually is, because it's actually very deceptive. When you get into the car and realize, oh, actually lots of space around here, lots of space to put stuff. It looks good, and then it delivers on what it looks like, because it has a very high ride height. So you don't get worried by any bumps, any imperfections on the road. You have a very nice sight line now from when you're driving. You're at a raised position, and then the engine is okay. I mean, the focus of the engine is fuel efficiency. So you have now the standard 4-speed auto that we know and love from every other Toyota. And so the fuel efficiency is something that, like you're saying, when you're thinking about a family car, so it's able to carry all your people and all their things and do this looking good, and it still returns great fuel efficiency. So basically, as a package, this is something that somebody has thought about in terms of now when you have a family. This is a very good package for a family car.
So guys, we have extensively tested the Toyota Rush, and I can tell you there's no vehicle in the market that can give this value. 3 million bob. That's what it's going to cost you when you go to Toyota Kenya and ask for this car. You can choose it in different colors, taste and preference depending on you. But before you make that decision, who are the key rivals to the Rush?
At the moment, there is simply nobody who is going to give you a 7-seat SUV for 3 million shillings. All we can do is look at the future, and that's going to be now the Suzuki Trigger, also coming from Toyota. So at the moment, all I can say is there is simply nobody who will give you a 7-seat SUV for 3 million shillings.
Guys, remember, stability control, 7 seats, 6 airbags, touch screen. As in, that car is so loaded. If you want a test drive, please send us a link on our side of our DMs, even Toyota DMs, and then they'll organize for you to get a proper test drive, and you'll enjoy the Toyota Rush.